In this lecture, we are going to learn about entity selectors in NgRx Entity. So currently, if I go to VS Code, here we have created an entity state for the courses, and in the reducer function, we are using some adapter methods in order to perform CRUD operation, right? But if I go to the terminal, there you will see that we have some errors, and these errors we have in the course selector. And we have these errors because on the course state, we do not have any property called courses. So that's why we are seeing these errors. So now in this lecture, we are going to fix these issues. So let's go to courses selector. And first of all, we have an error here. And this error we have because on this state, which is of type course state, we do not have any courses property. So now let's say I want to get all the courses from this state. And I want to return all the courses to the components where we want to use it. How can I do that? For that, let's first go to the documentation. And in the documentation, if I scroll down, you will also see that on the adapter, we can create some selectors. So on the adapter, when we call this get selectors method, it is going to return us all the selectors. And currently in NgRx entity, we have 4 selector methods: select IDs, select entities, select all, and select total. When you use select IDs selector, it is going to return you all the IDs of the entity. In our example, since we are working with courses entity, it is going to return us the ID of all the courses. But if you want to get all the entities, including the ID and the respective course, then you can use select entities. So this will return you a dictionary where the key will be the ID of the course and the value will be the course object itself. In the same way, if you use select all method of the selector, this is going to return you all the entities as an array. And this is what we want to use in this case. Okay. And finally, we also have select total, and this select total will return you the total number of entities in the collection. So we are not interested in using the select IDs, select entities, and select total, but we are interested in select all. So I just wanted to make sure that you understand what these selector methods will do. But in our application, we only need select all for now. In future, if we will need these selectors, we will add them. So I'm going to copy this line and let's paste it here inside this course selector.ts file. Okay, and again here I don't need all this. I'm only going to use the select all. Okay, now to use this adapter, first of all, we do not have the adapter, we have courseAdapter. So I'm going to use courseAdapter here. And on that, we are calling this get selectors. This is going to return us an object. And in that object, we are going to have these methods. Okay, so we want to get the value of this select all method, whatever function is assigned to this select all, that we want to assign to this select all property. And now here what we need to do is we can simply use this select all like a method, and to this we can pass the current state. And this is going to return us all the courses, right? We don't need to touch this show form. But here, where we want to find a course by ID, since this state.course does not exist, here also I'm going to use select all. And to this, I'm going to pass the current state. This select all is going to return us all the courses as an array. That's what we learned. When we use select entities, it returns us a dictionary of the entity. In our example, it will return us a dictionary of courses. But when we use select all, it returns us all the entities as an array. In our example, it will return us all the courses as an array. And on that array, we are using this find method in order to find a course based on its ID. Then here also, I'm going to use select all. And here I'm going to call it like a function. And let's pass the current state here. So again, this is going to return us an array. On that array, we are using the find method to find a course by its ID. With this, let's save the changes and let's go to our application. Before that, let's go to the terminal and let's see if we have any more error. So now you will see that our application has compiled successfully. Now let's go to our application. And now let me show you how the courses state will look like. Before that, let me log in a user. And here, when I log in, John has logged in. Now let's see the current state of this courses. If I expand that, there you will see that now instead of courses, we have this IDs, which is an empty array. We have this entities, which is an empty object, and this show form is false. Now let me go to the courses page, and the courses page has been loaded and all the courses has also been loaded. So now let's go to the latest action which has been dispatched. I'll go to this read course success, and now you will see in this IDs we have all the IDs of our courses, and in this entities we have the courses as a key value pair. The ID is the key, and for that the value is the course object. In that course object we have author, description, image, price of the course, title of the course, and ID of the course. So in the entities, the course is stored as a key value pair where the key is the ID of the course. And in the IDs array, we have only the IDs of the course. And this IDs array contains the ID of the course in the way that is ordered in the entities. So if you see in the entities, we have the first course with this ID OTX, that is the same case here. The second course with the ID OTB, that is the case here. So that is the second ID in this IDs array. Then this is the third one which starts with OUO. So that is the third element in this IDs array. And the fourth ID in this entities is OUT. So in the IDs array, that is the fourth ID. So in the entities, the way in which your entity is ordered, in that same order, the IDs will be displayed in the IDs array. So the IDs array will store the IDs in the same order in which the entity is sorted. This is important to understand. But here you can see that in the courses, instead of having a courses array, now the courses are stored as an entity, as a key value pair. So each course is stored as a dictionary where the ID of the course is the key and the complete course object is the value for that key. Now here, let me quickly check other functionalities. So read all courses is working. Let's check the detail of a selected course. So here we can also see the detail of the selected course. So this is also working. Let's go back and we can also create a new course if we want. So here let me simply go ahead and let me create a test course. Let's say price is 1.99 and let's create this course. And if I scroll down, the test course has been created. You can also see that test course. Okay, for that we will have to select the latest action. So you can also see the test course created. That is also created in the database. So you will see that ID here. So create course is also working. If I click on this delete course button, it should also delete the course. If I click on OK, that course has been deleted. And if I scroll down to the latest action, you can see the latest action which has been dispatched is delete course success. If I select that, now you will see that in the entities we have only 4 courses. So that delete functionality is also working. Now update functionality will not work because if you remember in the last lecture, we commented the reducer function for update. So that's why it is not going to work. It will work in the backend. The data will be updated, but it will not update. This reducer function will not update the state with the updated data because we have commented it. So in the next lecture, let's see how we can update a course. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.